What's up, guys? Boris here, and today I'm coming to you guys with the final One Piece theory of the day. It's been 17 days in a row that I did one of these theory videos, and man, I'm glad I was able to do it, and I'm glad that I saw a lot of positive response and positive feedback, positive comments from you guys, a lot of discussion in the chats, and I really want to thank you guys for it. I also, reached a new milestone of I crossed 300 subscribers about a week ago, which is really cool. It's not a lot. It's not a lot compared to some other people, but it's definitely a lot for me. Mainly because I'm starting to get to know a lot of you guys on a, on a name basis, and it's been really cool. I really have enjoyed doing these videos. Now, before I start, I have to mention a couple things. First off, this is not my final One Piece theory video, even though it's the last one of the day. The last, I'll still be doing One Piece theories all the time. If next Thursday, chapter comes out and there's some interesting theories, I will definitely talk about them. I'll definitely discuss and do a review of them. If there's a new cool theory that I read online, I'm gonna start doing live reactions to theories. I'd actually planned this final part to be a live reaction, but the theory that I was waiting for is still not out. It's still under construction, and I'm excited to read it. So when that comes out, I'll definitely be doing a live reaction of that one. And just as a heads up, it revolves around NL. So be on the lookout for that when it comes out. Another important thing that I want to let you guys know is that right after this video, there will be another video in regards to what is going to be coming up next on my channel. Okay. Um, I really enjoyed doing a video a day, but with these theory videos, sometimes it takes hours for me to look for a good theory to talk about, and something that I don't want to talk about stuff that people are already talking a lot about. So, but I definitely want to keep making videos for you guys. If I stop, then I fear that I might not. I'll go back to doing like 1 or 2 videos a month, which I don't want to do. I want to keep making videos for you guys. And there's something that I've been wanting to read for a while. There's a certain series or two that I've been wanting to read for a while. So if you got yes, right after this video, maybe like 20 minutes afterwards, maybe less, there'll be an channel update video where you guys, I'll let you guys know what's going to be coming up. And last but not least, I just want to say thank you everyone for watching these videos. I really enjoyed them. I really enjoyed making them, and like I said, I've enjoyed the discussion we've had. So without further ado, let's get into the final episode, which is one that I've been saving for a while now. This is a theory that I read a while back, and I really liked it, and a lot of people are actually talking about this possibility. They've been talking about it for a long time, and this is, of course, by now if you read the title, it revolves around Sanji. Now, not just Sanji. In this case, the theory whose author is Speak123, he thinks it's not Sanji, but Saint Anji. And I'm just going to get into it. Now, the theory starts off with this picture back when they first meet Montblanc Cricket. They're reading the story of Nolan the Liar, and Sanji recognizes the story, and he's like, yeah, I was born in the North Blue. Didn't I tell you guys? And ever since this moment, people have speculated that something is going on with Sanji, something that we're not aware of yet. How do you not remember that you never told your crewmates, who you're around every single day, every single hour of the day, that you were born in the North Blue? He's like, didn't I tell you guys? No, you didn't tell them. And they, Usopp here says first time you said anything about it. So there's definitely something strange going on, and actually, as we got further on in the series, and we started realizing the amount of foreshadowing that Oda uses, there's definitely something going on here, and people have been speculating on as to what that could possibly be for a very long time, including that he could possibly be a world noble. So, Speaks123's theory here is not just that he's a world noble, like a lot of people have talked about. The reason I really like this theory is because he goes into and explains that he could possibly be, there's a better chance of him being a bastard child of a celestial dragon, aka him having celestial dragon blood in him, but he's not actually a celestial dragon. And he brings up this picture, which is very important, and like always, guys, just want me to make sure link to the theory will be down below. So I have to always say that. But all right, here you see one of the celestial dragons, and he says, "I'll make you my wife." And he says, "You'll be my 13th." Okay. So here we see that celestial dragons have multiple wives, a ton of them. In this case, 13. This guy, I mean, I'm sure some have like 1 or 2 or 3 or something, but they do have a lot of them. And not only do they have a lot of wives, who they can have a lot of children with, but he says send wife 1 through 5 back to being commoners. Okay, and this is very important. Back to being commoners. That means they leave the Holy Land and they go back to wherever they need to go. So this definitely brings up the possibility of one of these 1 through 5 wives. What if they're pregnant and they don't know it yet? Well, they're gonna have a child at some point, but they're not. The celestial dragons aren't gonna know about them, and they're gonna be born somewhere in non-married Joa. So it's totally possible that Sanji, if you think he's a celestial dragon, it's also possible for him to be a son of a celestial dragon, but like a bastard, someone who's not full celestial dragon, but he does have the blood in him. So that's very important. That's what I really like about this theory, is that this picture actually, I think it does a pretty good job of explaining how Sanji can be a celestial dragon at the same time. The first time we saw him was working on as a cook on a ship. So, definitely very interesting. Now, the next point he brings up, and this is a point that a lot of people have always brought up, one of the main proponents of this theory or not proponents, but one of the main strengths of this theory is the fact that out of all the Straw Hats, we have yet to see, well, maybe with Silver King, but in terms of Sanji, we've never seen there hasn't been a single wanted poster with his actual face on it. It's always been drawn. Sanji's a very elusive character in One Piece, in that he's very rarely seen by the opponents. Oda always sort of leaves him behind in some sense, and he sort of ends up rescuing them a lot of the times, because he's sort of an unknown element to the Straw Hats. And very curiously, no one's ever seen, and the Marines have yet to see his actual face, or at least take a picture of him. Sure, they can see him and they can recognize it's Blackleg Sanji, but these wanted posters are distributed to the entire world. Throughout the entire world, they don't show him as he is. So very important there. And again, another thing, foreshadowing that people point to, is that at some point this is going to be an important thing. The fact that he hasn't been shown is important in some way or some form, and people say that's possibly because he's a celestial dragon, and once his picture is actually shown, the Marines and the celestial dragons are going to realize that. And finally here, we see another thing of possible foreshadowing. This is when he's fighting Kuma, and he says, "I know the Marines don't give a damn about me, but soon enough, the man who will be feared by the Marines, or who will be most feared by the Marines, will be me." And he believes that this is strong foreshadowing, and I believe this too. And the reason why I think it can be very it's foreshadowing and very powerful foreshadowing, is that just imagine that at the end, the celestial dragons being taken down by one of their own, I should say. Sure, Luffy's the captain, but the person who or someone with their own blood is going to contribute to their own demise. And I definitely think that's very possible when we have Sabo on the one hand. But again, the Straw Hats are going to be the main crew. They're the people who we follow, the main characters. And for the crew to have one of a celestial dragon, or someone with the blood of a celestial dragon, on their crew and defeat us, Straw Hats are going to be very feared at some point. And Sanji, once it's revealed that he's a celestial dragon, if he is a celestial dragon, that will only add another element of fear to the celestial dragon. So I think this is very powerful foreshadowing, possibly. Of course, this could just mean nothing, but I don't know. I really like this theory from Speak 123. One more thing to note, of course, is that, or I should say, of course, but there's also theories going around, or I should say, Beck26 has a theory, and this will be for another day because it's another one of his big theories. But it includes the possibility that the celestial dragons we've seen them every time we've seen them. They have some sort of abnormality to them, some sort of physical abnormality. And he believes that Sanji's eyebrow, the fact that it's curly, and that's the only person that we've seen with that type of curly eyebrow, um, that abnormality could represent that he's a partly a celestial dragon or whatever. And so that's interesting to think about. Again, this is something I'll talk about another day probably, or possibly, but definitely something to keep in mind. That's a theory that's been growing. So yeah, guys, hope you like this series. Is Sanji Saint Anji? Is he possibly a celestial dragon, or half celestial dragon? And what happened to his mother in that case? Is that, you know, how did he end up on that ship? A lot of interesting things to think about. And I mean, I just hope that you guys have enjoyed this series, enjoyed this video. Leave your comments down below and let me know what you guys think. You know, like the video if you liked it. Make sure to stay tuned. Right after this video, I'm going to be posting an update video for my channel, so to let you guys know what's coming up, what kind of videos I think I want to keep making. And I guess happy Halloween, guys. Enjoy if you want to parties or whatever. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.